There we go. We're live. We're live. Are we? Hello? Oh, it's working. It's working. Okay. Shush. Shush. It's working. Okay. We gotta go. We gotta do. Wait. We gotta go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stream you've all been waiting for. Epic cringe.
No, so I was playing with more effects last night when I was bored. What's up, boys? Unga bunga. Waiting for G-Man to say, Dr. Freeman, we're streaming now. The way you type AAUH, or AAUH. We're streaming now. Do you guys know Home Improvement with Tim Allen? What's up? Good morning, everybody. What's up, Al? Stumpy? You can't play games. I'm sorry. Sorry, you can't play games. I can't. Your name is I Can't Play Games. Autism 100. There you go. Yeah. So I was playing with this, and I just wanted to try something. So there's this voice that I really like, and with this effect, it really adds an interesting like sound to it. What's the line?
While you hide, cowering behind your throne. While you hide, cowering behind your throne.
As like the guitar pedal effect. But I was adjusting, I was starting to understand what this one actually does. Dr. Freeman. Wait, what does that sound like with
Dr. Freeman? Do you want some pie? It's chocolate pudding pie with sweet, delicious chocolate chips.
Effect tabs for a different design. What do you mean? Wait, what does that mean? Different design? I mean, every company has their different, you know, this is made by Clevgrand as well. Same people who make my compressor, same people who make, what else is it that I use by them? I forget, my brain died. So yeah, Stark, Degrader. I use their Degrader because it's amazing. But anyone else here autistic? Hey, we're all on the spectrum, am I right? Yes, this is high-end audio. I mean, you're not wrong. Epic cringe stream. Best stream. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Much obliged. I appreciate you. Before I forget. Okay, so, okay, before I forget, goodness, 1 second, I'll get to this notepad in a second. I want to discuss some ideas with you boys. But before I forget, let me, you know, post the, oh, it posted. Okay, that was weird. And then I need my Discord.
I gotta post it again. Yeah.
That's not, ooh, okay, I don't want to post that. That's my stream link. That would have been bad. My stream link. Why I hate that it does this. I hate that it doesn't just easily give me my link. It has to be such an asshole about it. Okay, Discord. We're gonna hop in VRChat in just a second. We'll actually hop in VRChat fairly early. I just real quick, I want to spend like 5-10 minutes going over something here. Let's see. I need my Discord. I need to go here to announcements. And everyone, live one. I'm not even gonna fix it. Who cares? Yeah, Abathur has a very interesting sound. I remember when I first played StarCraft 2, or StarCraft 2 Brood Wars, I think is whatever the one with where Kerrigan becomes, you know, epic. Posting into the Discord, good. Back at it again with that Krispy Kreme, Mr. Freeman. True. StarCraft 2 Abathur. So yeah, Abathur, he says, scanning evolutionary strand. And I want to figure out, yeah, Heart of the Swarm, there you go. That was one of the coolest expansions ever. I really like that one. I love in StarCraft that scene. Oh, another one, Octurus Mengsk. I forget how to spell his name. Mengsk, like this or something. That's another one I need to learn. From StarCraft. Let's see. Spider Psycho. Okay, so I used to have a big list of suggestions, and I don't know what happened to it. It just like disappeared. So I'm gonna save as this in my documents. New. We're gonna wait. To tell his nervous producer that is demanding deadlines are no problem, and mean it. Wait patiently until the weed whackers and leaf blowers next door are done. Here, listen to this. Listen to this. Ah, the sweet sounds of my cat bug. Cat bug from, why did you lock yourself in the bathroom? I don't know. Maybe you should find a job. Okay, where? God, that scene. I love Treasure Planet, man. That movie was my childhood. Okay, can y'all shut the fuck up, please? I need me. There we go. Listen. Oh, is that not the best thing ever? I could just like completely shut that shit off on my mic. Like obviously my audio quality goes down a little bit, but it's like you don't hear cat bug from what is the show? Can you remind me what the show is with cat bug? What's Lawnmower? Oh my god, JC, a bomb. I'm not actually familiar with any of, like, I don't think I played any of the, like, I'm not super familiar. You sound like you're being held in a giant industrial basement without the noise reduction. Oh yeah, without the noise reduction, yeah. Yeah, that's not even a fan. That's just the weed whackers and leaf blowers. Okay, so it sounds like they've gone away, so I'm gonna, there we go. So I can turn this down. So even if I turn this off, like, it's nowhere near as bad as it was before. They're off on the distance now. And as soon as they come back, I'm just gonna immediately just turn this back on. If you'll excuse my wording, the big boom. Yeah, I'm not familiar with these quotes. With the stuff from J.C. Denton. It's just what I want to learn. Bravest Warriors, that's what it's called. God, Catbug is one of the best characters ever. Sugar bees, drop them. Okay.
Your mom said they say I could have just one peanut butter square, but not till after they cool down.
Yeah, Catbug is one of the best. Sam, Sam Wojcicki? I forget his, the little like 6-year-old kid that voice acts for Catbug is the best little kid. The video of the behind the scenes, that kid made me laugh so hard because he's like this super energetic little psychopath. It was awesome. Okay, where? Maybe you should find a job. I said that so backwards. Thank you. How many voices are there in Half-Life? Like 4? No, there's more than 4, but... male voices, like 4 or 5. Oh my god, Dr. Freeman. Dr. Freeman. I mean, unless you count every single citizen as a unique voice. Mr. Freeman, you are wanted for multiple war crimes. Energetic little psychopath. Favorite quote? Okay, thank you. I'm going to minimize all this shit. Okay. So is there any other off the top? Lavangino, he's got a bit older. Yeah, I'm sure. That's what his name is. It's Lavangino. Lavagnino. What adventures are we in for today? I wanted to show you guys a little bit on this just because I like the way this thing sounds. It has like this, and I can adjust the stereo presence depending on like which preset. So it gives like a different stereo sound. I can adjust kind of like how stereo it is. It's called Cabinet, which is like it's really strange. And it's got a bunch of different presets for ways of making it sound. And I really like this pass-through one with like a really low stereo. And then the room size with like almost no reverb. Because this shit like really quickly becomes madness. And it sounds whack. So I like it on a really low, and it gives a really cool sound. And even bass is even turned down. It's just what guitar pedals do. It's what the guitar pedals do. Your message is redacted. Postal Dude, I need to learn that one too. Thank you. Postal, that's the one I wanted to write down right before the stream. Ultron? Yeah. Somebody said I could do a good Ultron with the... Jesus, what in the fuck? Ah, that's right. I remember last night I was fucking with this. Hold on. Let me fix this. It's because I was I'm not very proud of this moment. You like my spare chair? Thank you. I'm not very proud of this because it was rather childish, but last night I was like, look, I could make it sound like I'm shitting in a fucking toilet. And so I was just like, so yeah. That was really, yeah, I'm sorry. I'd like to take this second. Can you sign my petition? I need to go listen to that one because it's like, ooh, and I was adjusting this one. The dynamics are fucking nuts on this one at the moment. Is it? Yeah, there we go. And then the reverb. Dr. Samuel, the re. TF2 engineer. I need to work on that one a little bit, but it's much better than some others. So the Samuel Hayden ones, I think we get a pretty good Ultron sound just from, I think, this one combined with maybe a little bit of vocal synth. I'll have to go listen to it because I haven't watched Ultron in a while. What voices can you do? Diarrhea. Yep. Perfect. Diarrhea. Perfect. What is happening? Perfect the diarrhea. Diabetes. Mamma Mia. Pizzeria. The master from Fallout 1. Go listen to it. Sorry, I'm doing that for legal reasons. No. I cannot potato head, and I will not be doing one because I choose not to. Because I want to make the choice not to do that. Diabetes. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Mamma mia. Papa Pia. Baby got that diarrhea. You're damn right. Why are you locked in the bathroom? Maybe you should find a job. Okay, where? It's so like degraded too. I'm always so worried. I have like PTSD from this degrader effect because I love it, but sometimes diabetes. Well, how can you go that low? I don't know. I'm blessed with large vocal cords, and so I can vibrate them, more loosely than most people, just because I have long vocal cords. But don't let that stop you from, practicing and trying. Back again. And I'm still upset that there aren't more viewers. This is the sickest hentai I've ever seen. Baritone singer, yeah. Bass. Drop the bass. Hello, it is I again. Any pejorative of bull-headedness is poor.
Can you shut the fuck up, please? I'm trying to communicate with my viewers, and I can't. Fuck off. The sickest hentai I've ever seen. So this one gives me PTSD because sometimes when I forget to not fuck the audio. So the HCU Irish Bush baby. I forget to unfuck the audio, so I'll have this just like, because I'll be doing some stupid meme with some friends on VRChat in a private lobby, so I'm not being obnoxious. That sounds so crunchy. And so my ass is heavy, but it gets so loud. That's all I'm doing. I want to die. So the Scottish accents are pretty nice. All right, lads. We've done British G-Man so many times. It's just, if you were to take Michael Caine, and Snop, it's a good job, mate. If you take Michael Caine and make him a little more creepy, he sounds, that's just British G-Man. What if I could offer you something you didn't know you wanted? What if I could offer you something you didn't know? Michael Caine.
Now do French G-Man. Hello. Bonjour. I've done French G-Man before. I actually did it for, I forget who it was. They wanted me to record this line, essentially as like a French G-Man, but he just liked the G-Man voice and a little less creepy. Snob is a good job, mate. It sounds Australian. That's because Michael Caine has very, like, Australian and British, like that, what type of British accent is that? If anybody knows the actual term and actually knows, isn't just like, you know, throwing shit out their ass. Michael Caine has like, is it a Cockney British accent or Michael Caine talking like this? Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I did Russian G-Man yesterday. What if tea and crimpets? What if tea? I gotta get some tea. I gotta get some tea. It's Cockney, is it? Maybe. Canadian Bush Baby. Oh, sorry, dear bud. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? You guys know that song? Out for a rip. Oh my god, it's hilarious. I won't play the whole thing because copyright, but
Rest of the world hates?
it's fucking great.
I'm from the Great White North, right? Like up above the States? Yeah.
I'm from the Great White North. I'll put the link in chat, but this is legit such an underrated video. Like 17 million views only. Like 17 million views is a lot of views, but I feel like that's low for what this deserves. It deserves much, much more. I'm from the Great White North. You know that landmass that the rest of the world hates? We're like above that fucking north, I guess. From the Great White North. MC Muntle. Put the money in the bag, eh? You don't have to. Oh, put the money in the bag, eh? You don't have to, eh? Canadian burglar. I'm sorry about robbing you, but put the money in the bag, please. Or, Jesus. Gordon Freeman, you're wanted for passport inspection. Yeah, we have a feeling that Gordon's passport is a fucking sham. Yeah. Big sham. Oh, there's this one I'm doing. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but... Oh, it muted itself again. God damn it. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong track anyways. I don't even know what that one was. This one. This is a cool one I'm working. This is for a project, but it's okay if I show this.
Human, I should have recognized the stench.
Okay, cool. I want to make sure you guys can hear that. It's sending properly. Take off to the Great White North. Take off. It's a beauty way to go. Wow, is it really? Holy shit. Yeah, that's right. We're in March. It's also basically the 1 year from when I played the Black Mesa series when I put it. Put the money in the bag. The bajie. The way you put a bunch of E's on there. Put the money in the bajie. If your money's not in the bajie, what are you doing? All right. Come on, Gordon. The Half-Life VR AI is so great, but so... I'm gonna scream. We got like a street... They got like a street cleaner. Oh my goodness. Today is just... the day I want to cry. It's making me nothing but sadness. Shut the fuck up, please. You're pissing me off. Maybe we just leave it on adaptive. I don't like adaptive because it gives like the overall vocal a Sven co-op. Yeah, we did that before. We didn't do it. We did it on stream with viewers, and it was chaos. It very quickly turned into cringe chaos, and I left rather quickly because it was not a good idea. It was oof. But Sven co-op would be pretty fun, I think. Either way, with like a group of buddies. Clowncore. What is Clowncore? I think it's quite funny seeing Half-Life 1 characters. Oh, what do you guys think of the new desktop background? Also, I set it as the I need this right here. What? But it's also the thumbnail for the stream. Beautiful. Good. This one's also just too good. That's why it's my profile picture. What?
Kenna G, it's from the, this is, I just sniff it, I went like this. I was like, snipping tool. I was watching the, Kenna G come up in your crib. G-Man Rose Gordon. Yeah. So I just wanted a pair of eyes staring at me. Oh, I won't exit, actually. That could be a good idea. Okay, we'll hop in VR chat here. But we will be... Oh, let me do this. Oh, and I need to change my batteries out, my controllers. I meant to do it before the stream, but I had too many things to do. Because, you know, I'm just such a busy individual. No. Victor's Sven. Oh, it's long before many people's times, but there are a few of us left. Hot desktop background, thank you. Thank you. Without your validation, I would be sad. Very much big sad. I'd be very sad. Aha! I have arrived! Well, hello, Jesse Richard Tom Thornton. Thornton? Jesse! Jesse! What? Your left touch controller battery is low. What do you mean? I just charged these. I'm about to scream. Alright, Oculus, you stupid bitch. What are you... Oh, I literally just charged these. Alright, I guess we're not getting in VR. Okay. Your right touch control... I am... This is some whack shit, dude. General Kenobi. Hello there. Hello there. Maybe. Keener Genobi? I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable. All right, well. I love that. It's just like, gives you this big X. Yeah, the left controller just died already. It's like, no, I quit. This is hard. Energy breakdown. Nani the fuck? All right, well, let me take these batteries out and go charge them. I'll go charge the other ones as well. Oh, I mean, I charged a bunch of them. And I thought these ones were fully charged from like a week ago. But I guess not. So, now I'm sad. Oh, wait. We need, just for shits and giggles. I love this. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to make some Minecraft cave noises. I'll be right back 1 second. I'll go plug in my chart or my things. I'm not wearing pants. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm wearing pants. Just my shorts fall off really easily. Because the what's it called? You know, in gym shorts, the little like the lace, essentially like a shoelace that goes around. That thing came out of my shorts and I don't know where it went. So I have these shorts, so they just like, they fall down easy. Had them for so long. Here, 1 second. Hold on. Shut up! No! Man, I need a new battery charger. Mine's broken. The drawstring, yeah, whatever. You can call it that. Why not? All right. Let me. I gotta piss. I drank too much water before the stream, and now I gotta pee. Ah. Okay. You know, I know you unhydrated gamers, you epic gamers probably can't relate with this, but one of my favorite thing about drinking excess water. One of my favorite things about drinking excess amount of water is when you go to the bathroom and when you stand over the toilet and you take a piss, that's nothing but clear water. Clear water. Okay, what do I need? I was gonna do something when I came back and I forgot what it was. I wanna obviously play with this more. I'm really sad that my controllers, I thought they were working. Fuck. This is why I should do like a, what's called a tech test, you know, testing to make sure all the equipment's working before I stream. Man, I'm used to red water. You're pissing blood, buddy. You should probably go check that, get that checked. Let's go on a crusade. No, please no, Victor. No crusades, please. Your son was caught with alcohol at school. He says his best friend gave it to him. Dad. He said I'm his best friend? Stereo. We need
stereo radiola. Epic radiola sounds like a science term for a part of the body.
Don't worry, just put it in your
Radiola.
Drink more water. I like it when the red water flows. Was a salad fingers? I like it when the red water flows. Hubert Cumberdale, you taste like soot and poo. Hubert Cumberdale. Oh, that's here. Let's write that one down. That's one we need to work on. Salad fingers. Lovecraftian lore. I love it, dude. Yesterday on stream we read a couple paragraphs from Call of Cthulhu in G-Man's voice, and it was actually fucking fire. That shit was awesome, and I want to read more. You guys okay if we read more while I wait, 30 minutes for my controllers to charge? Drink more water then. Yes, drink more water casually. But Call of Cthulhu is such a good read. It's such a good read. We could read it in G-Man's voice with 3D audio. That'd be pretty cool. What do you think, Mr. Freeman? 3D audio? Bet. Okay. Let me... Just out for a rip, are you?
The big landmass that the rest of the world hates?
We're like above that. Fucking north, I guess. Oh, it's chaos. Shut the fuck up, music. You stinky, poopy butt. You're the worst. You are the worst. Wait, oh, if I do that right. Shut up. God, you're so loud, Delay. This sounds way louder than usual. It sounds way louder than usual. Okay, sorry, I'm just making sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Because I oftentimes play too much. Did you watch the video yet? No, because I asked which one. I forgot which video. And then I didn't see if you responded afterwards, because chat was a little crazy. Crazy? I was once crazy. They stuck me in a room. They stuck me in a rubber room, and that rubber room drove me crazy. Oh, they filled that rubber room with snakes. That's right, I forgot. They filled that rubber room with rubber snakes, and those snakes drove me crazy. Speaking of crazy, I was once crazy. Just rinse, repeat. Does that sound like it's way louder than usual? Sounds like it's... Oh, hey, Mel. Aw. Need more pitch shift on the... Oh, it's because I usually have it way down here, and it was like... That sounds insane. That was nuts. Of course I like Legend of Zelda. You were once insane in the membrane? True. Okay, I need Call to Cthulhu. What? It should be Call of Cthulhu. There we go. Do we start over? I mean, we only read the first 2 paragraphs. And besides, this is my favorite paragraph anyways. Okay, this is definitely too much. Too much. Too much. Maybe a little more. Little more reverb. Just 1.9. A lower mix maybe. This is good. Professor Membrane. Let me write that down for later. Professor Membrane. Okay. So. Here we go. Kicks down the door. Let me in, Gordon. Okay. You've arrived. Welcome, Zeisty. Zeisty? Zeisty. Ha. Are you ready for your epic bedtime story, Gordon? It's gonna be good. I bet you'll like this one. If you get nightmares, don't be afraid to cry. Ah, I haven't been making it easy. What do you mean? Okay, wait.
What does this sound? Oh my God, this is strange. This sounds like I'm talking through one of the really long tubes. Wait. Okay.
If I take that and do what's the Australian instrument called? A didgeridoo? That's what it's called. I wonder if I could make that.
Like.
Maybe. Might have to go listen to one. The most merciful thing in the world. Little piggy. Okay. My screen just went black. That was strange. Outlast. One little. There we go. I'll write that down. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity. And it was not meant that we should voyage far. The sciences, each straining in its own direction, have hitherto harmed us little. But someday the piecing together of disassociated knowledge will open up such terrifying vistas of reality and of our frightful position therein, that we shall either go mad from the revelation or flee from the deadly light into the peace and safety of a new dark age. Theosophists have guessed at the awesome grandeur of the cosmic cycle, wherein our world and human race form transient incidents. They have hinted at strange survivals in terms which would freeze the blood, if not masked by bland optimism. But it is not from them that there came a single glimpse of forbidden aeons, which chills me when I think of it, and maddens me when I dream of it. That glimpse, like all dread glimpses of truth, flashed out from an accidental piecing together of separated things. In this case, an old newspaper item and the notes of a dead professor. I hope that no one else will accomplish this piecing out. Certainly, if I live, I shall never knowingly supply a link in so hideous a chain. I think that the professor, too, intended to keep silent regarding the part he knew, and that he would have destroyed his notes had not sudden death seized him.
Seized him. Seized. Fuck. My knowledge of the thing began in the winter of 1926 to 27, with the death of my grand uncle George Gamble Engel, Professor Emeritus of Semitic Languages in Brown University, Providence, Rhode Island. Professor Engel was widely known as an authority on ancient inscriptions and had frequently been resorted to by the heads of prominent museums, so that his passing at the age of 92 may be recalled by many locally. Locally, interest was intensified by the obscurity of the cause of death. The professor... Wait, what? Oh, you want me to read this as... This is more reasonable to be read as Dr. Kleiner, but maybe... You like the breathing? Okay. My knowledge... where was I? I'm sorry, let me take over. I yawned. I'm sorry to make you genuinely sleepy. I'm sorry. Maybe with no... Jesus. Okay. Maybe we... What do you do for Kleiner? If the same effects don't really fit Kleiner, it's strange. I don't know. Locally, interest was intensified by the by the obscurity of the cause of death. The professor had been stricken whilst returning from the Newport boat, falling suddenly. Oh, oh, as witnesses said, after having been jostled by a nautical-looking man who had come from one of the queer dark courts on the precipitous hillside which formed a short cut from the waterfront to the deceased home in William Street. Physicians were unable to find any visible disorder, but concluded after perplexed debate that some obscure lesion of the heart, induced by the brisk ascent of so steep a hill by so elderly a man, was responsible for the end. At the time I saw no reason to dissent from this dictum, but latterly I am inclined to wonder, and more than wonder, as my grand-uncle's heir and executor, Jesus, for he died a childless widower, I was expected to go over his papers with some thoroughness, and for that purpose moved his entire set of files and boxes to my quarters in Boston. Much of the material which I correlated will be later published by the American Archaeological Society, but there was one box which I found exceedingly puzzling, which I felt much averse from showing to other eyes. It had been locked, and I did not find the key till which... Wait, what? I can't read. To which it occurred to me to examine the personal ring which the professor carried always in his pocket. Do you know who ate all the donuts? Inclined, if you will, to listen. Where was I? So his ring, a personal ring which the professor carried always in his pocket. Then, indeed, I succeeded in opening it, but when I did so, seemed only to be confronted by a greater, more closely locked barrier. For what could be the meaning of the queer clay bas-relief and the disjointed jottings, ramblings, and cuttings which I found? Had my uncle, in his latter years, become credulous of the most superficial impostures? I resolved to search out the eccentric sculptor responsible for this apparent disturbance of an old man's peace of mind.
This actually gets fucking crazy, by the way. If you haven't read this, it's really good. It's really worth reading.
The bas-relief was a rough rectangle less than an inch thick and about 5 by 6 inches in area, obviously of modern origin. Its designs, however, were far from modern in atmosphere and in atmosphere and suggestion. For although the vagaries of cubism and futurism are many and wild, they do not often reproduce that cryptic regularity which lurks in prehistoric writing, and writing of some kind the bulk of these designs seems certainly to be, though by memory, despite much familiarity with the papers and collections of my uncle, failed in any way to identify this particular species. Benry, oh no, Benry. Go away, Benry, I'm reading. Leave me alone.
though my memory, failed in, or even to hint at its remotest affiliations. Above these apparent hieroglyphs was a figure of evidently pictorial intent, though its impressionistic execution forbade a very clear idea of its nature. It seemed to be a sort of monster or symbol representing a monster of a form which only a diseased fancy could, conceive. Could conceive. If I say that my somewhat caricature, I shall not be unfaithful to the spirit of the thing. A pulpy, tentacled head surmounted a grotesque and scaly body with rudimentary wings, but it was the general outline of the whole which made it most shockingly frightful. Behind the figure was a vague suggestion of a cyclopean architectural background. The writing accompanying this oddity. All right, calm down, you Half-Life VR AI fans, you freaks. Goodness, keep your horny VR shit in your pants, okay? I'm reading. This is important work. Where was I? Ruder and... Okay, shockingly frightful. Behind the figure was a vague suggestion of a cyclopean architectural background. The writing accompanying this oddity was, aside from a stack of press cuttings, in Professor Engel's most recent hand, and made no pretense to literary style. What seemed to be the main document was headed Cthulhu Cult, in characters painstakingly printed to avoid the erroneous reading of a word so unheard of. The manuscript was divided into two sections. The first of which was headed 1925 Dream and Dream Work of H.A. Wilcox, 7 Thomas Street, Providence, Rhode Island, and the second Narrative of Inspector John R. LaGrasse, 121 Benville Street, New Orleans, Louisiana, at 1908 AA St. S. This is difficult. Notes on Same and Professor Webb's Act. The other manuscript papers were all brief notes, some of them accounts of the queer dreams of different persons, some of them citations from theosophical books and magazines, notably W. Scott Eliot's. Having lots of issues, I'm sorry, Velocipaster. Yes, fall asleep to the Cthulhu Cult, baby. Let's go. Poggers. We're doing it, boys. Gordon, that's not very poggers. I want to die, I'm sorry. Okay. Notably, and the rest comments on long-surviving secret societies and hidden cults, with references to passages in such mythological and anthropological source books as Fraser's Golden Bough, and Miss Murray's Witch Cult in Western Europe. The cuttings largely alluded to, I don't know how to pronounce this, outre? English is complicated. To mental illnesses and outbreaks of group folly or mania in the spring of 1925. The first half of the principal manuscript told a very peculiar tale. It appears that on March 1st, 1925, a thin, dark young man of neurotic and excited aspect had called upon Professor Engel, bearing the singular clay bas-relief, which was then exceedingly damp and fresh.
Yes, I'm reading Call of Cthulhu. Happy?
Among Us.
Oh, we're going to play some Among Us, Gordon. That's pretty sus of you. Because Gordon doesn't talk every round, he gets voted out for being sus. Is what you get for being mute, Gordon. You choose to be. You could talk, but you choose not to. Your vocal cords are working. Stop being so weird. Don't be so shy, Gordon.
Okay, sorry. Like the French implication. I don't know what that means.
His card bore the name of Henry Anthony Wilcox, and my uncle had recognized him as the youngest son of an excellent family slightly known to him, who had latterly been studying sculpture at the Rhode Island School of Design and living alone at the Fleur-de-Lis, a building near that institution. Wilcox was a precious youth of known genius, but great eccentricity, and had a childhood excited attention through the strange stories and odd dreams he was in the habit of relating. He called himself psychically hypersensitive, but the staid folk of the ancient commercial city dismissed him as merely queer, meaning strange. Never mingling much with his kind, he had dropped gradually from social visibility and was known only to a small group of aesthetes
aesthetes from other towns. Even the Providence Art Club, anxious to preserve its conservatism, had found him quite hopeless.
Your favorite bedtime story? Mine too.
On the occasion of the visit, ran the professor's manuscript, the sculptor abruptly asked for the benefit of his host's archaeological knowledge. In identifying the hieroglyphs on the bas-relief, he spoke in a dreamy, stilted manner which suggested pose and alienated sympathy, and my uncle showed some sharpness in replying. Showed some sharpness in replying, for the conspicuous freshness of the tablet implied kinship with anything but archaeology. Young Wilcox's rejoinder, which impressed my uncle enough to make him recall and record it verbatim, was of fantastically poetic cast, which must have typified his whole conversation, and which I have since found highly charismatic of him. He said, "It is new, indeed, for I made it last night in a dream of strange cities, and dreams are older than brooding Tyre for the contemplative Sphinx, or garden-girdled Babylon." It was then that he began the rambling tale which suddenly played upon a sleeping memory and won the fervid interest of my uncle. Galunga. There had been a slight earthquake tremor in the night before, the most considerable felt in New England for some years, and Wilcox's imagination had been keenly affected. Upon retiring, he had I hate it when had is used twice in a row like this. He had had an unprecedented dream of great cyclopean cities of Titan blocks and sky-flung monoliths, all dripping with green ooze and sinister with latent horror. Hieroglyphs had covered the walls and pillars, and from some undetermined point below had come a voice that was not a voice, a chaotic sensation which only fancy could transmute into sound, but which he attempted to render by the almost unpronounceable jumble of letters. Cthulhu Fatagan, whatever the hell, I don't know how to pronounce it. Can we get 5 more Galungas in the chat? For my boy, Gordon. This verbal jumble was the key to the recollection.
Should I switch to Stanley Parable voice here?
The verbal jumble was the key to the recollection which excited and disturbed Professor Engel. He questioned the sculptor with scientific minuteness, and studied with almost frantic intensity the bas-relief of which the youth had found himself working, chilled and clad only his night clothes, when waking had stolen bewilderedly over him. My uncle blamed his old age. You've experienced the epic Galunga. Poggers, thank you for the Galungas, boys. If only Stanley followed my instructions, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, it's rough. No, you're not the only person. I think most people hate that. But it's like it's grammatically correct. Had. He had. It's like, whatever. It makes me mad.
My uncle blamed his old age. Wilcox afterwards said for his slowness in recognizing both hieroglyphs and pictorial design. Many of his questions seemed highly out of place to his visitor, especially those which tried to connect the latter with strange cults or societies, and Wilcox could not understand the repeated promises of silences which he offered in exchange for an admission of membership in some widespread mystical or paganly religious body. When Professor Engel became convinced that the sculptor was indeed ignorant of any cult or system of cryptic lore, he besieged his visitor with demands for future reports of dreams. This bore regular fruit. For after the first interview, the manuscript records daily calls of the young man, during which he related startling fragments of nocturnal imagery whose burden was always some terrible cyclopean vista of dark and dripping stone, with a subterranean voice or intelligence shouting monotonously in enigmatical sense impacts undescribable save as gibberish.
Galunga. We had a system crash about 20 minutes ago. Still trying to find my files. True. There we go.
The two sounds most frequently repeated are those rendered by the letters Cthulhu and Rillier. On March 23rd, the manuscript continued. Wilcox had failed to appear, and inquiries at his quarters revealed that he had been stricken with an obscure sort of fever and taken to the home of his family in Waterman Street. He had cried out in the night, arousing several other artists in the building, and had manifested since then only alternations of unconsciousness and delirium. My uncle at once telephoned the family, and from that time forward kept close watch of the case, calling often at the Thayer Street office of Dr. Toby, whom he learned to be in charge.
This is a great reading. Just random burps in the middle of reading this.
Jai, ja galungung, ja galungung, the three men.
Pick up that can. I think after this paragraph, we'll probably stop here. I'll go grab my batteries and we'll be good. Gucci, be good to go.
The youth's febrile mind apparently was dwelling on strange things, and the doctor shuddered now and then as he spoke of them. They included not only a repetition of what he had formerly dreamed, but touched wildly on a gigantic thing miles high, which walked and lumbered about. He at no time fully described this object, but occasionally frantic words, as repeated by Dr. Toby, convinced the professor that it must be identical with the nameless monstrosity he had sought to depict in his dream sculpture. Reference to this object, the doctor added, was invariably a prelude to the young man's subsidence into lethargy. His temperature, oddly enough, was not greatly above normal, but his whole condition was otherwise such to suggest true fever rather than mental disorder.
No, this is Call of Cthulhu. This isn't a fanfic. This is by H.P. Lovecraft. This is OG.
This is OG. You're listening to Rob Roman's voice, made exclusively for the dysfunctional family.
Sorry, radio effects. Call of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft, yes.
On April 2nd, at about 3 p.m., every trace of Wilcox's malady suddenly ceased. He sat upright in bed, astonished to find himself at home, and completely ignorant of what had happened, in dream or reality, since the night of March 22nd. Pronounced well by his physician, he returned to his quarters in 3 days. But to the Professor Engel, he was of no further assistance. All traces of strange dreaming had vanished with his recovery, and my uncle kept no record of his night thoughts after a week of pointless and irrelevant accounts of thoroughly usual visions.
Should do an audiobook, thank you. 20, 30 minutes, you gotta go? No worries. Yeah, I love H.P. Lovecraft. Like, his writing is great to read. It's really challenging, so like if you want to learn to read better and you want to learn like better vocabulary, I really recommend reading a lot, especially stuff that like hard reads, difficult reads, because if you don't understand something, then legit just go Google it. Be like, what does that word mean? It just hit me, Greyhuji. Oh Lord, I actually haven't read the whole thing. I've only read like the first half. So, but yeah, as we get deeper and deeper into this madness is the emergency exit. Should we stop here? Or do you guys want me to keep going? It's up to you guys.
Jalong, galang, gonga, galunga. This is going to be a replacement for my sleep meditation. Good. I'm glad that you're here to witness this shenanigans. I live in the basement upstairs, Gordon. Yes.
Yeah, I really recommend it, and it helps so much. I used to, so I've had really mild dyslexia my whole life, and when I started reading, it helped me so much, especially reading out loud. Reading out loud really helps. So even if it's to yourself, reading out loud is huge because it helps with your ability to, pronounce things as well. Pronounce things as well, and not stumble through your words as much. Yeah, I'm down to keep going. I just want to make sure you guys are. If you guys are like, if quite a few of you guys are enjoying this, not just a few, I want to make sure a majority of you guys are enjoying this, then I'm down to keep going. It's just I want to make sure you guys are good because I genuinely enjoy reading this. even though I've read this part, fairly recently, it's still really good to go back through because there are parts you missed as you're just kind of like autopiloting through it. You miss some of it, but going back through it allows you to kind of like really break it apart and understand what the hell is going on. You enjoy it? Go on ahead. Okay.
Here the first part of the manuscript ended, but references to certain of the scattered notes gave me much material for thought. So much, in fact, that only the ingrained skepticism then forming my philosophy can account for my continued distrust of the artist. The notes in question were those descriptive of the dreams of various persons covering the same period as that in which young Wilcox had had his strange visitations. My uncle, it seems, had quickly instituted a prodigiously far-flung body of inquiries amongst nearly all the friends whom he could question without impertinence, asking for nightly reports of their dreams and the dates of any notable visions for some time past.
So now he's doing research into like what are there other people getting these weird dreams? So
the reception of his request seems to have been varied, but he must, at the very least, have received more responses than any ordinary man could have handled without a secretary. This original correspondence was not preserved, but his notes formed a thorough and really significant digest. Average people in society and business, New England's traditional salt of the earth, gave an almost completely negative result, though scattered cases of uneasy but formless nocturnal impressions appear here and there. Yes, we're reading Call of Cthulhu. Always between March 23rd and April 2nd.
So there's all these people getting these weird dreams between March 23rd and April 2nd.
The period of young Wilcox's delirium, scientific men were little more affected, though 4 cases of vague description suggest fugitive glimpses of strange landscapes, and in one case there is mentioned a dread of something abnormal. Where the hell is Stanley in all this? I'm waiting till Stanley shows up so I can make fun of him, that loser. It was from the artist and poet that the pertinent answers came, and I know that panic would have broken loose had they been able to compare notes. As it was, lacking their original letters, I half suspected the compiler of having asked leading questions.
Real quick, so before we read the rest of this, in the very first paragraph, it states, it's like talking about the piecing together of disassociated knowledge, and he's just like, holy shit, like, I know there would be panic. I know panic would have broken loose had they been able to compare notes. So it's like the piecing together of disassociated knowledge. It's like, oh man, the writing is so good.
As it was, lacking their original letters, I half suspected the compiler of having asked leading questions or of having edited the correspondence in corroboration of what he had latently resolved to see.
So he's expecting essentially leading questions here. He's like, were these people like coerced into giving in a way coerced into giving similar responses? How are all these things so similar? This is so strange. So he's noticing that oddity, essentially.
That is why I continue to feel that Wilcox, somehow cognizant of the old data which my uncle had possessed, had been imposing on the veteran scientist. These responses from the aesthetes, I think it's aesthetes, right? Told a disturbing tale. From February 28th to April 2nd, a large proportion of them had dreamed very bizarre things, the intensity of the dreams being immeasurably the stronger during the period of the sculptor's delirium. Over a fourth of those who reported anything reported scenes and half-sounds not unlike those which Wilcox had described, and some of the dreamers confessed acute fear of the gigantic nameless thing visible toward the last. One case, which the note describes with emphasis, was very sad. The subject, a widely known architect with leanings towards theosophy and occultism, went violently insane on the date of young Wilcox's seizure, and expired several months later after incessant screamings to be saved from some escaped denizen of hell. Had my uncle referred to these cases by name instead of merely by number, I should have attempted some corroboration and personal investigation. But as it was, I succeeded in tracing down only a few.
Under the effect of the same sustenance? And indeed.
All of these, however, bore out the notes in full. I have often wondered if all the objects of the professor's questionings felt as puzzled as did this fraction. It is well that no explanation shall ever reach them. Obviously, because they're all dead at this point. Well, not all of them are dead, but a number of them, at least the professor is. The press cuttings, as I have intimated, touched on cases of panic, mania, and eccentricity during the given period. Professor Engel must have employed a cutting bureau, for the number of extracts was tremendous, and the sources scattered throughout the globe. Here was a nocturnal suicide in London, where a lone sleeper had leaped from a window after a shocking cry. Here, likewise, a rambling letter to the editor of a paper in South America, where a fanatic deduces a dire future from visions he had seen. A dispatch from California describes a theosophist colony as donning white robes en masse for some glorious fulfillment which never arrives, whilst items from India speak guardedly of serious native unrest towards the end of March. Voodoo origins multiply in Haiti, and African outposts report ominous mutterings. So he's saying throughout the world there's all this crazy shit going on around this time that people, haven't been piecing together besides him. American officers in the Philippines find Haiti and African outposts report ominous mutterings. American officers in the Philippines find certain tribes bothersome about this time. And New York policemen are mobbed by historical Levantines on the night of March 22nd to 23rd. The west of Ireland, too, is full of wild rumour and legendary, and a fantastic painter named Ardiois Bonnet hangs a blasphemous dream landscape in the Paris Spring Salon of 1926. And so numerous are the recorded troubles in insane asylums that only a miracle can have stopped the medical fraternity from noting strange parallelisms and drawing mystified conclusions. A weird bunch of cuttings, all told, and I can, at this date, scarcely envisage, something, the callous rationalism with which I set them aside. Okay, I'm going to reread that. A weird bunch of cuttings, all told, and I can, at this date, scarcely envision the callous rationalism with which I set them aside. So that's like a rough sentence. But I was then convinced that young Wilcox had known of the older matters mentioned by the professor. Vort mode off. You're finally done. Ah, the free man.
This is the longest ASMR I've ever seen you do. Yeah, I usually don't do them very long. Just sorry, I noticed the chair freaking out from the green screen and distracted me. All right, so I think there's a good point to stop because now we know we're at chapter 2. All right, Tale of Inspector Legrasse. I'll probably read a little bit of this every, once a week or whatever, a chapter every week.
Mr. Narrator, I will need to take your position.
Mr. Narrator, let me narrate for Stanley. That would be fun. And maybe you can put Gordon in stasis a couple times. It'd be pretty cool. What do you think? Good trade, hmm?
No, I don't think I will. That sounds kind of strange. I don't know about you, but I think Gordon's kind of gross.
They're pretty similar. Yeah, they serve a similar role. And in terms of like that ominous character. They're, we don't ever get to see them. Well, I mean, we see G-Man, but like we don't get to know much about them, essentially.
I'm here now. What's up?
Hey, welcome back, Fonbon. Yeah, I'd be down to read a chapter of this every week. So, chapter 2 is not too long. But we just got done reading the first chapter of Call of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft. So what did we learn? We basically learned that there's some creepy shit going on. Chapter 2 is pretty nuts, by the way. Holy shit, chapter 2 is pretty insane. Yeah, it'll only take us a few weeks to get through this because there's only, 4 chapters? Yeah, 4 chapters. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, there's a crazy we learned that there's a lot of stuff going on that's that he's piecing together. He's going through the notes of his dead uncle who just passed away at the age of 92, and he passed away suddenly, and there was nothing wrong with him, and the doctors are like, well, I guess he I guess he died from, a quick, he probably a heart lesion, maybe. I guess he passed, he ascended a steep hill. The YouTube algorithm brought me here. Good. You're in the right place. Wait,
You've come to the right place. Thanks for joining. This might be a little strange at first. I understand. In fact, some might call this cringe. You see, we are audiophiles, fans of cringe shit and good audio. We're strange audiophiles.
it's kind of insane to think that what was going through the mind of the author when he was writing this. Yeah. The algorithm has liked my streams. Yeah, the last few days, this week, the algorithm is just like, hey, this guy right here. And I think it's also the thumbnails are a huge help for some reason.
Died from death. Stanley then died from death. Stanley committed scooter angle.
The G-Man indirectional. Yeah, I know. This is some of my favorite shit.
Get out of the box, Mr. Freeman. Some good old-fashioned audio occlusion. It's pretty pog. You see, there's ambient occlusion for graphical effects, and then there's audio occlusion. Give it some depth, Mr. Freeman. Give it some depth.
Give it some depth. This one, I really like this.
Path-through sound. I don't know why. It sounds terrible in terms of audio quality, but it's cool, especially with certain things. Maybe YouTube's starting to push your streams to show that it's better than Twitch. Probably.
Stanley did nothing wrong. Stanley stood there for hours doing nothing.
You got me with this scooter.
Stanley committed scooter ankle. Stanley worked in a big building where he was employee number 69. And upon seeing his employee number every day, and upon seeing his number every day, he recalled to his co-workers, "Look, I'm employee number 69. Stanley laughed prepubescently at the number 69. His boss looked at him dead in the eyes and said, "Nice."
What would go good with the filter? Wait.
1920s radio. 1920s radio, man. Except when we turn down the bass. 19 radio, number 69. I see what you did there. The mid-range might be a little too strong as well. Gordon, hello. Oh, let's get the Kleiner. Kleiner fits perfectly for the 1970s or 1950s radio. Oh, is it 1920s? Maybe more accurately known as the 1920s. Ooh, bassy.
Bass. Drop the bass.
Today, Stanley commits arson. Stanley, what are you doing?
I don't know why I really like this VST. And you can add a bunch of other shit to it, but I'm like, I don't know. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking EQ. Empty. Chorus. Oh, what the... E. Okay, let's... And then this is just... Chorus effects are kind of weird. Flangers are fun. Sometimes they're fun.
My life for hire. My life for hire.
I gotta figure out where the tone sits here. Up here? No. Whatever. I'll play with that later. Speed. Give it a mount? What does that change? E. Usually I don't get asked much anymore because I just do it out of habit because everybody wants it. Flanger. Flangers are pretty cool. Phasers are cool too, but might be a phaser is what they use for. What the fuck? I don't like the default settings on that. Booster. Oh, it's just extra bass boost and shit. Okay.
Distortion.
Nope, that sounds terrible.
Distortion plot.
That's gonna feedback really easy, and I don't. Nope. Ooh, a noise gate. That's cool. I like that it has a noise gate on here. And I can adjust my threshold? Holy shit, we're gaming, boys. We're gaming. Oh my God, we're gaming. We're gaming.
Yeah, we're gaming.
Giant, small enemy spider. Small enemy spider. No, Germa's fucking hilarious. That guy's awesome. Yeah. Any others you guys want me to add to this list, by the way? Pretend like you're the host of an 80s Discord. What? Disco radio. I need some funky jazz music, man. I don't have any funky jazz music. Besides, it's all going to be licensed and copyrighted. Yeah. Bonk. I could probably learn Scout. I just have never really taken the time. I've never taken the time to learn Scout. It's 100% within my range. Yeah. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. That sounds so terrible. Oh, crunch. See what I mean? PTSD. This thing gives me PTSD every time I turn it on. I'm worried it's going to fucking just blast everyone's ears out because of bit depth. I never know, like, my ass is heavy. Like, it's just fucking, it's so ass, dude. The thing from Monsters, Inc. Mike Wazowski, always watching. That guy? Bottom gear script is G-Man. Oh, that would be good. Do I just Google? Yeah, Abyssal Gods, that guy's hilarious. He makes some funny avatars. He's awesome. He scared the shit out of me a couple times. Unless it's a farm. Soldier's like one I have to listen to because it's like when you do Soldier's voice, I always want to go like way too high and put his voice up here and he sounds like a pirate. Yar, he sounds like a pirate. So you got to like make sure you get it in the right like vocal fry range. Because you have to remember, he's literally an old man. The voice actor for him is an old man, and so he's got that really like old man kind of sound. But you make him, yelly. Unless it's a farm, you are all weak. You are all weak. You are all bleeders. So it's like I'm getting closer as I keep practicing it. I just am so shy to practice that one. I don't know why. Mastiff 1. Mastiff 1. Oh God, it sounds so bad. Mastiff 1. Your Galunga is showing. I gotta find a good like range for that to sit in. Your Galunga is showing. Don't show my Galunga. Your Galungang. Giorgio. But everyone calls me Jojo. TF2? What about TF2? What? What the fuck? No, this guy in VRChat, every time he drank out of this beer bottle, he went to drink it, and then it just looked like he was dumping it into his neck. So I'm like, you're just putting it in your suit, dude. Hello, can you hear me? Wheatley. Wheatley from Portal 2. I want to learn Wheatley, but I always make him too Irish. Rick May would be proud. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I was learning Wheatley a bit, but like I said, I always go too Irish with Wheatley. Bravo 6 going dark. The soldier voice seemed a bit too British. You are all weak. I don't know. You are all weak. You are all weak. Oh, yeah, you're right. I was. Holy shit, yeah. You are all weak. You are all bleeders. Yeah, because his R's are harsh. Yeah, there we go. That's why I always think he's a pirate. I'm like, yar, har, fiddle-dee-dee. I'm a pirate. Yar. Got a stuffy Stephen Merchant. Got a stuffy. Hello. Maybe. British soldier. Make him Canadian. I don't do a good Canadian accent. It's not like in my muscle memory. Like sometimes if I'm like in the, like I've got the headspace for it, I can nail it. But then Morshoe. Who's Morshoe? I don't know who that is. Oh, remember, dying is unhealthy. Wait. Remember, dying is unhealthy, but only if you experience its symptoms. These include death. It felt like that fit perfect with the portal voice. Warning, if you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation. You just got to spot and speak like really quickly. I have a hard time doing that. Warning, if you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation. The fitness gram pacer test and the multi-stage aerobic capacity test. God, that's fucking... Do you like smooth jazz? How's my accent hard? What, a Canadian accent? I don't know. It's because I always want to go Irish. Canadian is another thing that makes me want to go Irish because oh, hey there, bud. Like my brain wants to just obviously that's not every Canadian. I know there's like the hick Americans like, hey brother, how you doing? And then there's like hick Canadians, which is like, which is essentially that, hey there, bud, all fucking right. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? You'd nailed 2D from Gorillas. 2D's from Gorillas. Which one is that one? So if, man, making this so hard on me. Just out for a rip, are you?
Like above that.
Fucking north. Fucking north, I guess. Wait, that reminds me of another stupid bit. Where is it? Right here. Wait. If we're gonna do this, we gotta make sure it sounds right. It's gotta sound like my neighbors. What? That's all I wanted right there was the Little John screaming what in the middle of that is the best part of this whole song. What? Yeah. I have problems, I know. Come back when you're a little more richer. Oh, yeah. I bet I could learn that one as well. There's some of us who have those accents, but I don't know who has that. Yeah, I've met a few people online from Canada who sound like that, legitimately sound like that. So some people from Nova Scotia, but most Canadians just sound like American. Yeah, I agree. Wasabi from Chop. Unless you're like French Canadian and you have a really thick French Canadian accent and you're like very what's that? I forget the bit, what it was from. It was a thing I used to quote. I was like French Canadian. Hello there. I already am pretty Canadian. I say sorry all the time. I have a problem. I apologize for literally everything because I feel like I'm cringe all the time. Witty! Hello there. Zysty just immediately, witty! American accents are boring as hell. The Southern ones are tolerable. Yeah. So my bass voice, just like my basic voice, my accent, my American Western accent, choppy socky socks. How do you remember choppy socky socks? What is that? What's that? That's a movie with. I'm so bad with names. I don't even know what that is. But I'm glad you think American accents are boring. Me too. That's why I don't really care for doing them. I think they're pretty boring too. Just means you're a good person. Southern ones are overwhelmingly awful. Boston accents are hilarious. Obviously, to each their own. Wee! Well, you're quoting yourself, Zysty? Wow, that's interesting. If you or a loved one suffers from break bone, you may be entitled to emotional execution. What? How does breaking a bone give you emotional execution? Unless emotional execution means crying, because I've broken like both my arms a couple times. I've broken my legs, broken like my wrists, fingers. I've broken my nose. I've broken toes. I broke my back. Boston accents and New Yorker accents are funny though. Every single one of them all sound like swagger souls, like all the New York accents. Everybody I hear, I'm just kidding. They don't all sound like that, but I just immediately think swagger. Somebody in VRChat said I didn't realize it until he said it. He said my swagger souls sounds like a mix of Donald Trump and swagger souls. They said, believe me, I'm swagger, like swagger souls. If you're a horse. Yeah, please explain emotional execution. We absolutely require a definition immediately, meaning someone kills you emotionally. And what does killing someone emotionally mean? Swagger. If I'm going to do swagger properly and like really put in the effort, I got to make sure like I got like the baklava sound. So it's like, because he always has that thing over his mouth. And it's just like, we need to build a wall. Hey, Fitz, do you think we can help fund building the wall? $5 billion. I think we could do it. $5 billion. Yeah. Yeah. My swagger is okay. Markiplier. Hello, everybody. Markiplier here. Tenacious D. You guys ever listen to Tenacious D? Copyright strike. Get fucked. Tenacious D is some good shit. Oh, yeah. It's like Swagger doing a Donald. Yeah, I know. That's what I was going for there when I was doing that.
Swagger Soul's doing a Donald Trump. Believe me, listen, we gotta build the wall. The wall just got 10 feet taller.
Like Stimpy? Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I know my Markiplier is bad. I was just being... Trust me, 90% of the times, if I just randomly say a line, it's not like try-harding. My Markiplier needs a lot of work for sure, but that was just me going, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, Markiplier. It's just like a meme. It's like early Mark. It's like a joke on early Mark. Okay, that's a little loud for me. The G-Man is staring. Because of Jack Black, of course.
Play the best song in the world, or I'll eat your soul.
So,
A Stellaris authoritarian announcer. What does that even mean? Oh, that's right. I forgot the Zen music from Black Mesa is in this world.
E. Make an E. E-A Sports.
Stellaris authoritarian. I'm not familiar with what that is. And we played the first thing that came to our heads. It just so happened to be the best song in the world. It was the best song in the world. This is just a public, you can, let me see. If you just search the world's a danza. No, that's not how you get to it. If you still chill in the Black Cat, you'll see one of these cats really, really quickly. It's very common. There's a bunch of different color ones. Why are you a cat? Because a lot of times when I'm doing just like a basic English, like the basic English accent, not necessarily doing Stanley the Parable, you know, I'm just talking in an English accent like this with people. It's just, people find it fitting in the cat. They enjoy it. So that's the only reason. When I search it up on YouTube, yeah, exactly. The Adanza, they're called Adanza cats. Here, let me find the name. Adanza cat, black and white. There's a bunch of them. Adanza cat, reindeer. Pikachu. The tiny G-Man has become my favorite. I really wish the Visemes worked. Sometimes what the fuck? See, like it started to work and then it freaked out my teeth. Classico, Tenacious D. Hey, I'm not a furry. No, a furry would be something like, you know, like half humanoid, half cat. This is just a full cat, right? It's just a fucking meme. Yeah. Why is my teeth doing this? That's so strange. I've never seen it do that. Let me reload the avatar real quick. Dr. Samuel Hayden. Yeah, Dr. Samuel Hayden, indeed. Incel G-Man. Yeah. Okay, so it's reacting to what I'm saying, but then it freezes. So if I mute my mic... Oh, here, let me do this. Let me just load the hamster. I don't know why I have this, but I have it. There we go. 2 to the 1, to the 1, to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good tree. I smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. I've been to the motherfucking mountaintop. Seen motherfuckers something till they drop or whatever. But yeah, there's actually on my channel, in my YouTube videos, you can go to let's see, which one is it? Uploads. It's one of my older ones. There you go. G-Man versus Kleiner, Battle of the Cascades. It's up to 20k views. It used to be at like 5. Holy shit, that makes me happy. I worked really hard on this one. Do you just stare at this mirror and do impressions in VRChat? No, I don't actually. But it happens sometimes because this is my home world. This was made for me. You reposted in the wrong neighborhood. And then I commissioned so I could upload it myself. So this was made for me by Coffee Pot. And so I like it. And so when I first hop in VRChat, especially if I'm streaming, I sit in front of the mirror so that you guys can see me. If I'm on desktop, I usually stand in front of the mirror so you guys can see the avatar that I'm in rather than me having to do this. Because it's a better viewing experience, right? If you guys can see the avatar that I'm in, it's a better viewer experience, especially if I'm running around doing this, just like adjusting my face, like you can't see what I'm doing with my avatar here. I'm changing my character's face and shit. So it's like by standing in front of the mirror, I can Mr. Freeman. Where's the sad one? This one and this one. Mr. Freeman, where's the chicken nuggies? So it's like, right? It makes sense. I don't like standing in front of the mirror, but for the viewing experience, it makes it way better.
Want 2 number 9s and number 9 large with extra dip and a large soda. And a large soda. Extra dip and a large soda. The entire world is under your control.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me. I was going to show you guys this earlier. Dota 2 responses, Elder Titan. This guy's voice. I want to learn this one.
It is only right that I am cast into this world, for I had a hand in breaking it. It is only right.
He's got like a very, but then he's got this weird kind of like older, refined sound to him at the same time.
The great symmetry lies shattered. Shattered. I step at last onto the terrene plane.
He's very, yeah. Does that make sense? This is what I want to learn.
The entire world is under your control. I wish it was under my control, because then I would have everyone give me lots of money so I could buy cheese, pepper jack cheese, and I could buy lemons. I like lemons. And then
yeah, of course I need reverb, like obviously, but I'm just saying learning the voice itself. You can fit the voice. Yeah, I know I have that one. That's one I've practiced a little bit. Some elderly god. Yeah, exactly. I could put some reverb on there.
It is only right that I am cast into this world, for I had a hand in breaking it. It is only right. It is only right.
He's also very monotone almost too.
On this alone of 7 planes, the final war is fought. Alone of 7. Alone.
He hits this really low note.
On this alone. Planes. The final war is fought.
I think there's some pitch shift that's really common. That's really common in Dota 2 characters. They use a lot of pitch shifting on Dota 2 characters, and I don't like it, but sometimes it's necessary because there are certain sounds that should not sound that way on a natural voice and usually don't. It's so rare.
It's like how I was convinced you were the narrator from Stanley Parable until I realized you weren't. Yes, you went to Google and you searched, yes, Kevin Brighting, the real narrator, the one who gets all the bitches. Me, I'm some loser standing in front of a mirror for 40 to 100 people at a time saying pee-pee poo-poo, Stanley. Stanley laughed prepubescently as I could bet 3 babies in my mouth.
Yeah, it sounds like it's getting there. Yeah, it's work. Free money!
I could fit 3 whole babies in my mouth.
Yeah, this avatar's fucking cursed. But it's not as cursed as this one. God, I got some great footage last night that's finished uploading. Speaking of which, I need to go before I forget. OneDrive! Oh, it's on my other tab. I can get it. Hold on. Okay, I need to take this. It's done. Right-click, share. Just so happened to be the best song in the world. Enjoy this footage. It's chaos. Whatever. Okay. Got my stuff back. Oh shit. Pog. I'm about to freak out, man. I'm about to rage right now. I hate some people. Okay, sorry. Russian vodka time. Is Russian vodka time, Mr. Freeman? Hello. Gordon, you like this Pikachu, right?
I've moderated Discord server.
I just give him this really derpy, you know, the Warcraft 3. I was telling you chat this yesterday for those who weren't here yesterday. This character, I was like, I looked at his face and I was like, well, he's got the tooth gap there. I was like, he's got to be British. I was like, I've got to give him that really dumb British voice, you know, the stereotypical one. So I was like, I'm about to rip and tear his ass cheeks. But so I'll explain what happened later. But it's people who don't know who I am, who assume they know who I am, who are like, oh, you're good at people's. Okay. So, and so they just like assume there's only one thing I do. So that they make this assumption that, oh, the G-Man voice is the only thing this guy can do. And it's like, I only recently started practicing that in the last year or two. Like, I've only recently, like, that's like, I've been doing this for 10 fucking years. Like, there's over 200 character impressions I do. Like, there's a lot more I do than just G-Man. Like, that shit pisses me off. But obviously, because I'm mostly popular, it's annoying. And normally it doesn't piss me off too much. How do I imagine you guys to sound like? Exactly like this character. You are Mike. No, I'm not. Stop. I'm David Love. I am David. My first name is David. Last name Love. So, yeah, a lot of people think I use a voice changer, and it's so annoying.
Pika, please don't post memes in general.
So, okay, Warcraft 3, the humans.
What is it? More work? Something they're doing?
Like, so I wanted to give him that really, like, derpy... Ooh, what is it? And then this character just laughs. Like 90% of yes, LOVE, yes, love. You have a favorite voice to do? Not really. It's a mood thing. I don't know if I have a favorite voice to do. There's one recently that's been really fun for me, and that's like this tired Brimstone kind of character. Brimstone from Valorant has like this smokes down, Molly. It's like they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Let's just show them how many tricks I know. Like he has this kind of like down there voice. And I like, we did Wheatley earlier. I do more of like an Irish version of Wheatley, but yeah, I'm getting there. Practice. Comes with time. I'm working on it. Okay. So, I don't even remember what I was saying. What is love, baby? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Good song. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Fuck. This is why I need to wait to read Twitch chat until I'm done with what I'm saying. God damn it. What was I saying? Okay, so back to what I was saying, the thing that pissed me off is like, the time it pisses me off when people assume I only do like, all he's good at is the G-Man voice, is when it's like, when it holds me back from professional jobs. When people are like, oh, that's the G-Man guy. It's like, oh, that's all he can do. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, stop making assumptions, bitch. God damn. No, so it's just, god damn. It's just what I do. I'm sorry. I apologize. I needed a rant. I need a vent because I'm frustrated. I'm stressed. I do apologize if I seem like an asshole.
Oh, innit, mate? So this one, I like to say it's Tuesday. 90% of it's a laugh. I'm thinking too. Look at this. Ta-da!
I hate myself. I'm sorry. Does it really keep you from getting a job? Sometimes, yes. Legitimately. Because if they just assume, oh, it's a G-Man voice, it's like, oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Just do all your 200 voices. And the thing is, so people in voiceover don't want an impression usually. If you're going to do a unique job, they want something unique. But the benefit of me doing 200 voices and practicing all this time on vocal manipulation is I'm really good at combining voices. I'm really good at taking a voice and changing it. For example, taking G-Man and giving him 10 different accents. Same thing with almost all the characters I do. I can give them different accents. It's something I can give them different. I can adjust how much of certain inflections they have. I have a really good control over my vocal cords. So it's like if they want a specific sound, I can deliver that. The problem where I lack, where I genuinely think I lack in, is my acting ability, which I am getting way better at, but it's like, I'm surprised that there are certain situations where it's like, okay, but...
Oh, innit, bruv? It's Tuesday.
I like to walk up to people in this avatar and just say shit that makes no sense at all. G-Man with a southern accent. We've done that before a few times. Hold on. I like to run up to people and just say the stupid "It's Tuesday" thing. It's Tuesday, innit? And then ask them questions. What's 2 plus 2? It's Tuesday. If they give me the wrong answer, you know, if they don't say it's Tuesday, when they say what's 2 plus 2, I just immediately go, "What is stupid? What is stupid? It's Tuesday." Yeah, I have a problem. I'm sorry. The things we do for love, am I right? It's okay, we're all Canadians, Buv. Bud? Buv? What is Buv? I was gonna say bruv. Bruv and Bud put together is Buv. It's okay, Buv. Ain't it, Buv? I want some cheesecake because it's Tuesday. Yeah, and his name's Bacon Chew. I really get that chew in there. Bacon Chew. Yeah, that's one I've been working on as well, Slimbo. Oh my God, Dr. Freeman. Dr. Freeman. He also has like a sound every now and then that I really got to get down. But there are times I nail it and other times I don't. It just depends on whether I'm listening to it. Who put SpongeBob in the pumpkin? Who put SpongeBob in the pumpkin? Bruv Light. Bacon Tuesday. Bacon Tuesday. I hate this so much. Oh man, John Freeman. Is this the right one? Hold on. No, yeah, okay. Dr. Freeman. Dr. Freeman, they're trying to take away our right to bear arms. Gotta defend our Second Amendment, Dr. Freeman. Do the Black Panther? We are not in... wait. We are not in Wakanda. He's a very breathy... We are not in Wakanda anymore. I gotta listen to that one, but... Oh my God, I made Kellen dial... Spirited Angel. Check out my buddy on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/Spirited Sloth. Spirited Sloth. Very straightforward. Easy to spell. One word. Spirited Sloth. He's hilarious. Last night I was hanging out with him for a couple hours, and I had him fucking dying laughing with... and he came out of the jungle, and I knew everything wasn't gone VRE.
This stuff is good.
Thank you.
Bitch, come here.
I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a second.
What do you need me for?
I literally have to go back.
Do I need to mute? Should I mute? Do I need to mute?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, be right back. Yeah, so how's my Gordon Freeman impression? Pretty good? I need you guys to rate it 1 out of 10. Okay, so let me explain what happened. I was not expecting this at all, but the noises are creepy? Nah, you'll be all right. Okay, so I went to Brazil, came back, did a G-Man or a Gordon impression, and it's good? Okay, cool. Thank you. Want to make sure. I was really worried. I was like, damn, this Gordon impression one is going to be one I'm going to have to perfect if I want to, pursue a career in voiceover. 9 out of 10? Okay, glad I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Okay. Making progress. Plot twist, he's doing the background sounds. Okay, so my sister-in-law, Initial Design, who shows up in the chat every now and then, sorry. Today is apparently National Employee Appreciation Day. Or supposedly. And so she was like, YouTube probably doesn't do anything for National Employee Appreciation Day, so she bought us food. So I had to go like organize some Chinese food or whatever into plates for my wife and I, so because it wasn't like quite, so I had to go do that. But amazing, outstanding, you're so talented. And apparently there's like chips in it as well. Wow. It's a place called Autumn Moon. But thank you so much, Mel. You're amazing. I appreciate the food. I was starving, so your voice came out of nowhere, and I thought my Gary's Mod single player server was haunted. Well, it is. So that's just me in your game. You're not even hearing this from the stream. You're hearing this from in game. Watch, mute the stream. So now I've got a bunch of food to eat. We've been live for almost 2 hours. I usually go live at 1 and it's 12:20. I went live, at a way different time than usual. Like literally almost 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours early. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop out here. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to hop out to eat lunch and then I will go live again in 40 minutes from now. So let me do a lunch break and then I'll go live and give you some more of that juicy content. So are you sure? Are you sure about that? Happy Employee Appreciation Day. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mel. You're amazing. And yes, I do love it very much. I love Autumn Moon. I haven't been there in so long. Bueno. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. I will see you guys in 40 minutes. I'm going to eat my food. Do the samurai voice. No, never mind. Wrong actor. Samurai. You mean that other dude. New phone, who dis? But yeah, so I'll be back in a bit. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Peace, peace. Okay, how do